After narrowly escaping death, I ran into the son I hadn't seen in years. He was taller now, and the cold disgust that used to fill his eyes was replaced by regret and desperate longing. He looked cautiously at me as he said, "Mom, I miss your home-cooked meals so much." I ignored him, haggling heatedly with a seller at the farmer's market. He bent down to pick up 2 onions that had dropped from my grocery bag. "If you were alive, why didn't you come back?" Dad said the past is in the past. He forgives you. I let out an irritated click of my tongue, slapped 2 bills on the counter, and walked off. Suddenly, he yanked the hem of my shirt tightly. "Mom, are you abandoning us? Are you giving up on our family?" I didn't answer. Hearing him say Mom was utterly grating to my ears. The moment they chose to save that other woman and leave me during that shipwreck, every last shred of my feelings for them had vanished. With a sharp tug, I yanked the hem of my shirt out of his grip. Grabbing my grocery bag, I kept walking, heading straight into the rundown heart of the neighborhood. Ben Hoffman, however, refused to give up, trailing close behind me. In his limited edition sneakers, he tiptoed around the puddles with every stride. "Mom, stop ignoring me," he shouted from behind, his voice heavy with grievance. I cut into a narrow alley where the plaster on the walls was peeling away, exposing the blackened brick underneath. Ben hurried to catch up, his brows knit tight as he looked around in total disgust. "You live here?" He pointed up at the chaotic web of overhead power lines and the dripping clotheslines hanging beside us. "Just to throw a fit at Dad, you've reduced yourself to looking like this? Is it really worth it?" I looked at him, my expression cold. 5 years had passed since I last saw him. He was taller now, his features the spitting image of Army Hoffman's. Even that arrogant, self-righteous tone he'd inherited from his father. "Get out of my way." Ben froze, clearly not expecting me to be this distant. Years ago, a single frown from him would have sent me into a panic, doing whatever it took just to make him smile. "I won't." He stubbornly dug in his heels, reaching out to snatch the grocery bag straight from my hands. "Just come home with me. Dad said that as long as you're willing to apologize, he'll let you move back. Whatever happened in the past is over. Even Rosie said she hopes our family can be whole again." I sidestepped his hand and kept moving toward the stairwell. Ben glanced at the pitch-black entryway, instinctively shrinking back and covering his nose and mouth at the stench. Just then, the low hum of an engine echoed from the mouth of the alley. A Maybach pulled up to the curb, forcing the passing cyclists to swerve out of its path. Ben's eyes lit up, and he turned, running straight toward it. "Dad, Mom's right here, but she won't come with me." Army stepped out of the car. He locked eyes with me and started walking over. Rosie Lawrence was right behind him, clinging lightly to his arm as if she barely had the strength to stand on her own. Once Army was 3 steps away from me, he stopped and looked down at me with condescension. "Are you done making a scene? Since you're not dead, why haven't you come home for 5 years? Do you have any idea how much Hoffman Group's stock price fluctuated back then because of the news of your death?" I stared at the man I had spent 10 years loving, feeling completely calm inside. Rosie gently tugged on Army's sleeve, her voice dripping with soft concern. "Army, don't be so hard on her. Freya must have suffered out here on her own, so it's only natural she's holding a grudge. Freya, don't be so stubborn either. Ben missed you so much over these years." He was even calling out for his mom in his sleep. Ben nodded, his eyes welling up with tears. "Yeah, Mom. Although Rosie is really good to me, she's not my mom. I still want you." I didn't respond, which made Army's frown deepen even more. "If you come back with me right now, behave yourself, and take proper care of Rosie and Ben, I won't hold you accountable for faking your death and running away. The position of Mrs. Hoffman is still yours." I almost laughed out loud at the sheer ridiculousness of it all. To him, kicking me off the boat 5 years ago for his mistress was just a necessary evil. The